That's your RV that's back there?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your RV? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
back there.
the guy, one of the guys that drove by said that would be a good spot. It's level, but the place I really want is a place I can't get into.
Where's that at?
It's actually right in that same spot.
Same spot.
But it's got these arches.
The canopy area, they call it the canopy?
Is that what they call it? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I miss my van. I could have gotten in there with my van, but I couldn't get in there with my RV. There's no way.
Oh, okay.
So I was just trying to check out the other spots and see what the service is like. I did find another spot up there, but this spot is so pretty.
It is.
Is this, this is still good for dispersed camping?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
As far as I know, you can camp anywhere along this lake here. When you get off to the other side over there, for your RV, you make it hard because it's like a lot of little roads that take you back, a lot of dips, a lot of...
Yeah, I went there first because that's where my GPS took me at first, and one of the guys that drove by said that I was on the wrong side, so he said to come over to this side, that there was a lot of great spots, but
it's more open.
I'm finding a lot of glass everywhere.
Yes,
a lot of glass and a lot of really low-lying trees that make it impossible to get into the spots I really want.
Yes,
So
a lot of people like to litter. So.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you were coming back around over here so I could ask you if it was cool to be here, because that would be the perfect spot right there.
Yeah, you can.
I saw a little glass over that way, but they're really small shards, so I should be okay.
Yeah. Are you planning on walking barefooted or?
No, I just don't want to pop any of my tires.
True.
My tires aren't in the best shape.
Oh, they're not?
It's a 78, so
wow.
I just bought it, so I'm trying to fix it up slowly. The tires on it are really hard to find, and they're really expensive. They're 16.5s, which are like 1970 size. They barely make them anymore.
Yeah.
And then the ones I have found are anywhere between 98 to 118 a pop. So I'm disabled, so I don't make that much. So I'm slowly fixing it up. Originally, I was born in upstate New York, and then moved to Texas a couple years ago, and I've kind of travel around in my RV and vlog it all on my YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, I had a massive blood clot in my lung, and then found out I had this blood clotting disorder, so I was misdiagnosed for a week and don't remember the first 2 days after I went back in, I almost died, so it kind of was like, yeah, I don't want to die just spending 34 years of my life in upstate New York not doing anything with my life, so it kind of made me push, and I sold everything I owned back in 2014.
So are you
this is my third RV.
Now then, or?
I still have the blood clotting disorder, so, it could happen again at any time, so I'm going to live my life while I have it. We only get one life to live.
Yeah, live life to the fullest, for
And then, the YouTube channel I started because I have a 22-year-old and a 16-year-old daughter, and I have a 4-year-old granddaughter, too.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted them to see and inspire them to live their dreams and not let anybody or anything keep them from doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So where are they at? In New York still?
My youngest is still in New York with her father, and my oldest and my granddaughter are down in Florida with most of the rest of my family.
Oh, wow, Florida.
Yeah.
Spread out.
I'm actually on my 4th time around the U.S. right now.
Really?
I've only seen 10 states, and they're pretty much all in the Northwest.
The Northwest part?
Yep.
So where'd you come from on your way to Texas?
I was stuck in New York again for a year.
Oh, so you
Every time I go up there, it's like a black hole. I get sucked into it.
Yeah.
So I finally escaped again.
You came east?
Yeah.
And you stopped here so far? Are you still going west?
I spent 3 months in near Dallas at my best friend's house since junior high school. He was from up there too. And we were we pretty much had to redo the entire cab over bunk because there was so much water damage. So we had to take it all the way down to the aluminum and rebuild and everything. So I spent 3 months doing that. Went with another friend on his tractor trailer recently up to Oregon and stayed a couple days and ended up here.
Around.
Aiming for Arizona, but I got a week and a half or so I'm taking my sweet time.
Do you have a timeline you're setting yourself, or you got to be certain places at a certain time?
I don't really have anywhere I have to be at a certain time other than I want to be in Parker, Arizona for the van build, which starts November 9th, I believe, and lasts for 3 weeks. It ends usually for Thanksgiving, and there's a giant potluck around the campfires. Thousands of people, pretty much everybody. It's all nomads helping nomads, people that live out of their vehicles, coming together to help one another. If you need solar done, there's plenty of people there who know how to hook it up and can help you with that. Anything pretty much that you need. If you need a bed built, things like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Everybody's different trades. Basically.
You can look up van build on YouTube actually, and there's just tons of videos because everybody that has a YouTube channel, when they go there, they take videos, to get the word out.
Build?
Van build.
Huh.
It's run by a guy named Jamie. His channel is Enigmatic Nomadic. I always have a hard time saying that word. But yeah, he runs it every year. And then there's an RTR, which is short for Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, out in Corsa, Arizona every year. And last year, or the year before last when I was there was 4,000, which doubled from the year before. And then last year, I believe there was 6,000 to 8,000. So every year it doubles in size.
Wow.
And it's basically all nomads, all, people that travel and live out of their vehicles. And there's seminars, and they teach you how to do all kinds of things, like, how to run your solar, how to do pretty much anything you need to figure out while you're on the road.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
you're
awesome.
By yourself? Traveling by yourself?
I usually have my pet mouse with me, but I had to leave him behind. My mouse that I travel with. I caught him with my homemade humane mouse trap, and he was just a little teeny guy, so I kind of didn't want to let him go. I didn't think he'd be able to fend for himself, so I made him my pet.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So right now I'm solo without my mouse. I miss him a lot.
So is it, do you get worried being by yourself or traveling?
I was last night.
Certain places?
Where I am parked?
Yeah.
It was really scary last night. There was coyotes or wolves or something howling. And
well, there's no wolves, but
I heard something in the woods, so I ran out and closed my door as quick as I could.
Yeah, the things you got to worry about is there is some coyotes and occasional bobcats.
There's no bears, though, right?
No bears.
Okay. That's what the deal. All I could think of, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but this movie called Backcountry. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like the bear rips his face off and everything. That's all I could think about sleeping last night. I was freaking out. It took me forever to calm myself down enough to go to sleep.
And occasional there might be a mountain lion.
Mountain lions? Okay, I've encountered those in Arizona.
Oh,
yep. And that was when I was doing the car tent thing. So
wow.
That was when I was still sleeping in the tent. And then after that night, it was probably about 5 feet from me when I got out for something, and I heard it, and I looked, and I jumped in my car, and after that, I definitely slept in the car from then on.
Yeah, it made you want to get an RV from now on, huh?
Yeah, well, this is my third one, and I really don't like RVs because they limit the possibilities. Like that spot that I want to get into, I can't get into it. I could get in there with a van.
Do you carry a tent or anything with you?
I do, but it's mainly for like keeping a spot if I have to go into town or something and I want to keep my spot. It's a really good spot. I can just set up the tent and hope that nobody takes my spot.
You could walk in there and put your tent up and leave your RV where it's at.
Yeah, I thought about that, and then the coyotes or whatever it was howling last night was like, no.
Yeah,
nope.
They usually don't bother you unless...
Whatever it was scary. I was kind of freaking out a little bit, especially having absolutely no service. At least here I've got like 2 bars, and it's in and out, but it's still service.
The service.
Down there, there's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, once you basically get around this area and back that way, your service, it depends what you have. Who do you have through?
I have Cricket.
Cricket?
I'm not sure if it runs off Verizon or AT&T towers. Yeah,
they really are. It's just a bad
I've been checking everywhere I've been walking, and this was the last place I was checking, trying to get back before the sun goes down.
So what's your YouTube channel all
Butterfly Gypsy.
What is it about? What do you do?
It's basically a vlog of my life and travels and the experiences that I have. I've got pretty much a smorgasbord of everything. I've got how to make my homemade mouse trap that I caught like 10 mice in 10 nights with. I've got just everything. I've got some how-to videos on there, like the mouse trap, but I've got like how to basically live off pretty much nothing because I just bought the RV, so I still have to have somebody check the propane and the water things, and they're kind of expensive for me. So that's one thing I wanted to try and do with the van build, was have somebody check it for me. So right now I can't use any of it. I have one deep cycle battery. It's not hooked up to my RV. I'm just kind of using solar power. I've got one 25-watt solar panel, which usually you're supposed to have about 100 watts for one battery. I'm running everything off of 25 watts. And I've just got a ton of backup chargers and stuff, so I'm basically like showing people how to do it when you can't use anything in your RV. Yeah. Like I've got the space, but I can't use any of the comforts.
What do you do for fuel? To do your travels?
That is just what I make off of my disability. After I pay my bills, I got like $600 for the month.
Really?
So.
And that's what you use for your travels and stuff?
Travels and food and all that. And so yeah, it's kind of like nomad traveling on a budget.
Yeah, it makes it tough when
It does. It makes it very tough.
especially, I mean, everything's expensive.
But it's also what I found is it's really inspiring to other people when I get comments on my videos of people that are just so impressed with how I make everything work and make do with what I have, and they kind of lift me up, and it makes it all worth it.
That's good.
And I like to know that I'm inspiring others too that
Yeah.
may think that they can't do this kind of life and think that they can't travel to get out there and do it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because you never know. Tomorrow's not promised.
No,
You
it's
know,
not.
tomorrow, I mean, in 5 minutes, my life completely changed, and I almost lost my life. So
Yeah, things could take a turn
It'll-
for the worse quickly.
sometimes it takes something like that to
To make
actually move you in the right direction and then
Yeah,
give
for
you
sure. What did
the
you
guts
used
to
to
do it.
before you went on your travels?
I pretty much couldn't do anything. My money all went into rent and bills,
Yeah, 'cause it's
and by the
expensive in
time
New
I
York,
got done all that, especially in upstate New York, it's kind of like California.
huh? Really expensive, yeah.
Yeah. So
do you,
I had pretty much nothing to live off of after that.
You said you're on disability. What is it that makes you on
I have
disability?
a lot of pain issues. I have fibromyalgia. I have 3 bulging discs in my back that pinch 4 nerves, all the 4 major nerves that go down my legs. I've been really hard on myself the time that I did work in my life, which was from when I was 15 till I was 30. I believe I was 31 when I was declared disabled. But I was really rough on my body, and I've broken a lot of bones. And upstate New York, they don't have really good doctors, so I never got fixed right. So now I have just constant pain. I have osteoarthritis, degenerative spine. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff.
Wow. It seems like you're doing fine now, though. I mean,
It
I guess
helps.
living the way you're living seems like working better for you.
It does. It just makes you so much happier. I was so depressed when I was stuck in New York, and when I was in that hospital bed, all I could think of was, what are my kids going to look back on and think of their mom, you know? Well, my mom did nothing. She could never afford to do anything, so she just wasted her life in upstate New York and never went anywhere. I've never seen my family more than since I started doing this life.
That's good.
I've never, been able to go to the weddings or anything like that because I couldn't get there because all my money went into bills.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
makes it tough.
really nice. I mean, there's hard times, but it's definitely, it's worth it.
Yeah, that's good though. So, how long you plan on sticking around here?
I was thinking maybe a week.
A week? Okay. That's good.
14 days max is usually the stay. So
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, this is it's not a bad little lake. I'm telling you, you're gonna get your occasional people out here that, that come out here to do a few things they should be doing. So,
right. I mean,
other than that, not really anybody gets bothered out here. And I usually patrol quite a bit, and you'll see deputies too. So,
that's good to know.
yeah, and it usually a deterrent for people because they know we come out here. So
Nice.
you should be all right with that situation.
That definitely
Especially
makes
if
me
you move
feel
over
better.
Here, you're gonna be more open, and then
Yeah.
you'll be seen more to where nobody should bother you. But
Yeah, I really like
being
this
back
spot.
there where you're hidden and stuff, that's
I've seen a lot of deer.
yeah, there's a lot of deer.
Lot of deer.
So yeah, being back there when you're hidden is you might take the chance of somebody messing with the RV.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that worries me about being all the way back there. So,
Yeah,
I'd
so-
much rather be up here,
Yeah, you
especially with this view.
yeah, you should be fine over here.
Awesome.
I don't see any. As far as I know, you can be anywhere around the lake.
Okay.
But like I said, this is probably your better area for your RV.
Yeah, I wasn't
Other
sure because
places
it's
are
so
hard.
close to where you come in, so I wasn't sure if it was okay to do it here. That's why I went all the way back there, because I didn't think I was supposed to be this close to the entrance.
Yeah, no,
So-
there's no signs saying don't do it. Just before you got here, there was actually an RV that was on the other side of you kind of see where that smokestack is, or that
Yep.
that stack, okay? Right in that area right there, off to the right, there's a road that goes back there. And there's an RV about your size that was right there in that area.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, they would hang out right there, and you can kind of like walk down to the water. if you
Kind of
want
like
to.
here.
Yeah. Well, it's a little higher, but it's not a bad spot. Like I said, there was an RV about your size that was over there. So if that one can get in there, maybe yours
Right.
can.
Maybe I'll take a walk over there tomorrow.
But yeah, it's gonna be right around that smokestack. It won't be the first road. Like when you first go to the stop sign and you make your right there, You go a little ways, and you'll see one road that goes off to the right. Don't take that one. Go to the, let's see, the next one. If it ain't the next one, it's going to be the third entrance, because they kind of wind in there. Yeah, I don't know if I had my map, I could show you, but I know I don't have price service. But if you just walk over there, you should be able to see what road will take you back there. Like I said, there was an RV about your size when you got that. It was back there, so I mean, it got back there somehow. So there's a little bit of room right there. And I know for sure you'll be all right there, because you'll be seen, especially if deputies or us in there will know that you're over there and stuff. But
yeah, the only thing that worries me is I didn't want to go down that hill, that really steep hill.
Yeah.
Because I was at that spot right there on the hill first, and I didn't want to go down there because my tires aren't that great.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of afraid of it coming back up, because usually I have to get a good running start. So there is a stretch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can make it back up that hill.
You should be fine. There shouldn't be a problem. There's a lot of gravel out there.
She bogs down because she's fully loaded. I ended up having stuff at my best friend's that I had left there when I had the first motorhome, and I sold that, which was a lot bigger. I sold that for a van, so I ended up leaving a bunch of stuff there. And then the second time I was there again, I had my car, so I definitely couldn't put the stuff in that. And I promised them when I had something bigger, I'd pick everything up, which I did for the most part. I've got it down to one tote in their attic. So I've pretty much got it fully loaded, and I usually wouldn't.
Fully loaded?
Yeah. I usually wouldn't have it that loaded, but I promised, and I'm trying to keep my promise.
I gotcha.
And my storage unit is up in New York, and I don't want to pay for 2 storage units. I can't really afford that. So I'm just trying to get everything down here and put it somewhere in between, like in Texas probably. Put everything in one storage unit.
At your friends there in Dallas?
Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Probably cheaper storage than it is in New York, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I had the RV stored for the last trip I just took up to Oregon and stuff, and it was only $60 a month to store it. I was really impressed. That's what I pay for my storage unit in New York, which is a 5x10.
Wow. Yeah, you probably get some better prices for sure. So how many followers do you have on your YouTube?
I'm almost to 300.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How
I
long you
started
been
a
doing it?
tarot channel in April, but I've been kind of focusing on my vlog channel, so that one's kind of been suffering, but
Yeah.
it was doing really good when I was paying attention to
That's
it.
a start, though.
As I was reading, for each sign, it's 12 videos that are 30 to 40 minutes each, so it's a lot of work. So I was thinking maybe I'll start it back up while I'm here for a week and start doing November's readings on that and try and do both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? So what do you use that bat for? Is that for your protection?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah. That's
I've
good.
got other stuff too, but the bat, I mean, the other stuff might not work if it's a wild animal, but then I've got this, which is a siren.
It's a siren?
Yeah, basically if I'm in trouble, so I can actually make someone
interesting.
deaf with it.
Yeah, I've never seen one
If
of
it's a person, but it usually will scare away a wild animal too.
those. Yeah.
Hopefully. So I don't have to reach for the bat.
What else do you have for protection? Do you have any guns or anything like that?
No, I just have a taser.
Taser?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little
No mace or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pepper spray.
Yeah, pepper spray.
I have
Well,
pepper
yeah,
spray, I
that's
have a taser, I have my bat.
Well, that's good to have a few
Yeah,
things this way.
and this. So the animals last night kind of freaked me out.
You did freak you out?
Yeah,
What time
especially
did you get
being
all that?
way back there.
What time were you in all that stuff?
It was probably around, I want to say 11:30, because I had just got done editing one of my videos, and I'm going to say around 11:30.
Do you hear
And it
people
sounded
driving
really
around
close.
by you?
I don't hear anything. And that's another thing that kind of makes me uncomfortable. I'd rather hear people driving by and know that I'm not completely out in the middle of nowhere if I don't, if I need help. I want to know that there's people around.
Yeah, I mean, especially you have no service.
Because I
down
am
there.
alone and I have no service, yeah.
You're not
So-
going to call 911 over there, basically.
I'm not what?
Call 911 if you needed to. over
Exactly.
there. But
Yeah.
Since you have a little service here, you might be better off right here then.
Yeah, and I love the view.
Yeah.
And I love how close it is. This is a good spot.
All
Just
right.
wasn't sure if I was allowed to be here or not this close, so.
You're good. If you get a chance, though, go check out that other one I was telling you about, because I think you might like that one better. You just have to
Okay.
walk in there and see how your
Yeah, I'll
RV
probably take a little scouting trip like I did today and go and check it out tomorrow.
All right. Any questions about anything else?
No? Which way you headed?
I'm actually going back that way.
Are you?
Yeah. You ready to go back to your deal?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you a ride.
I'm
over there.
actually kind of in pain right now. I need some more Tylenol. Thank you. It's really nice of you.